Coming up, a look at the one-year anniversary of the October 7th Hamas attack.
And more information on the 2 Massachusetts researchers who won the Nobel Prize.
In surprising news, rapper Eminem is going to become a grandfather. Hello, welcome to WEBN General News. I'm Wendy Zhang.
And I'm Emily Champagne. Let's get right into today's breaking news.
It has officially been 1 year since the start of the war between Israel and Gaza. The initial attack by Hamas on Israel killed around 1,600 people and took about 250 hostages.
And all the hostages, it's just breaking my heart to think about that there's so many days has passed and every minute that they're there is too much.
Israel's response on the attack since killed around 42,000 Palestinians' deaths and nearly 1.9 million deaths in Gaza, following a missile attack by Iran on Israel. Many are worrying the scale of the war may extend to neighborhood countries and allies. The anniversary has inspired more individuals to request a ceasefire and for the return of hostages.
2 researchers working in Massachusetts have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine. American professors Victor Ambros and Gary Ruvkin were honored Monday for their discovery of microRNA.
And I think the unexpectedness of biology is probably the most important principle, perhaps, for people to appreciate.
Many pieces of genetic material that can alter how genes work at the cellular level. Ambros and Ruvkin's discovery could invent new ways of treating cancer. According to the Nobel Assembly, this discovery is proving to be, quote, fundamentally important for how organisms develop and function.
Hundreds of Boston hotel workers have gone on strike this past Sunday. 2 employees from the busiest Hilton hotel said that they won't stop until their wage goes rise.
I feel for some of my coworkers who are solo providers and single providers, and I see that here, and I want to make sure that they're okay as well.
The 2 sides have been on deadlock for months with no deal of sight. Workers argued that as the industry is fully recovered from COVID-19, they should get more wage in order to live in the city that they work in. Many of the workers said that they won't go back until work until their wage got raised.
Massachusetts health officials announced 2 new cases of West Nile virus. According to the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, both of the new cases are women in their mid-60s. This brings the total number of human cases in 2024 to 15. Although the risk levels in the state have not been changed, the Department of Public Health has recommended steps for protection. This includes staying indoors at night, wearing insect repellent, and installing screens. The dangers from Hurricane Helene are still rising. It's even affected some local hospitals in Boston. For more on this and international, we have Anthony Ciano. Anthony?
Thanks, Emily. Hurricane Helene has disrupted the distribution of IV supplies at hospitals across the U.S. Major manufacturing plant Baxter International, which produces 1.5 million bags of IV a day, was destroyed. Hospitals like Mass General Brigham in Boston were notified that they would receive only 40% of their usual supply. The hurricane has left many delays in early voting in North Carolina and a widespread power outage. Early Thursday morning, at least 70 civilians in Haiti were slaughtered by gang members. Nearly 6,000 people fled to nearby towns in the region, leading to overpopulation in hospitals and housing. Spokesperson Bertide Horace stated, quote, "The gang did not meet any resistance." Local authorities said this was one of the most deadliest attacks in recent years in the Caribbean nation. Mexico's new and first woman president, Claudia Sheinbaum, is calling out the need for country's fossil fuel policies to change. Her vow is the opposite of her predecessor and mentor, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Previously, the country has spent more than $20 billion on oil manufacturing. Claudia plans for Mexico to be at least 45% clean energy by the year 2030.
Thanks, Anthony. Hey, Wendy, it's been pretty chilly outside for the past few days, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been chilly. For more on this week's weather forecast, we have Emily Mole. Emily?
Thank you, Wendy. This week we can expect more from the early fall weather we have been experiencing in Boston, with a combination of mostly sun and a little bit of cloudiness with some rain. Today we will experience a high of 64 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. Monday is the only day of the week that we will see some rain, starting in the early morning, leading into the early afternoon, and petering out as the evening progresses. Tuesday, we will be hitting a high of 66 degrees and a low of 44 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. Similarly, Wednesday shows a high of 64 and a low of 45 with partly cloudy skies also. Moving into Thursday, the weather high will drop a few degrees down to 58 with another low of 45 moving into the evening. Like Tuesday and Wednesday, we can also expect Thursday to be partly cloudy. On Friday, we will end the week with a sunny and beautiful day, moving back to a high of 64 and a low of 51. That is all I have for the weather. Thank you, and back to you, Wendy.
Coming up, we have updates on new gun laws in Massachusetts.
And the latest updates on North Korea threatening South Korea.
Welcome back to WEBN General News. Governor Haley puts a new gun law into immediate effect. This sweeping new law cracks down on privately made ghost gun, expands the definition of assault weapon, strengthened the extreme risk protection order, and invests in violence prevention program. Should I continue? The law also expands on red flag law, allowing police, healthcare workers, and other officials to alert courts if they think someone access to gun poses a danger. Some gun rights activities were hoping to suspend the law before it took effect. According to them, this law represents a hostile attack to their civil rights and places barriers against people seeking to buy a gun.
U.S. warships and aircraft strike over a dozen Houthi targets in Yemen. The strikes hit 15 targets containing Houthi offensive military capabilities. According to U.S. Central Command, this was done in order to make international waters safer and to protect the freedom of navigation. While the attacks did degrade the Houthis' capabilities, they not only maintain a robust arsenal, but have been receiving weapons from Iran. Since last November, the Houthis have targeted over 100 ships in complex attacks. They've used cruise missiles and drones in order to hijack and sink them. The organization's claims to be doing these attacks is in protest for the war occurring in Gaza.
Last Friday, North Korea leader Kim Jong-un threatened South Korea with the idea that he will permanently destroy their country by nuclear weapon if they provoke him again. Since the end of May, North Korea has been continuously releasing air balloons carrying garbage and waste into South Korea. The South Korea Army Force reported that North Korea released it again the last Friday. South Korea is not happy about this action and have sent speakers to talk back to North Korea as defense. This past weekend, former President Donald Trump returned back to the seat of his assassination. For more information on politics, we have Ledia. Ledia?
Thanks, Wendy. Former President Donald Trump returned to the site of his assassination attempt on Pennsylvania Fairgrounds on Saturday. The president honored that the victim that was shot in July during his rally. Elon Musk joined in support of Trump, saying, "President Trump must win." The county sheriff, Mike Sloop, said that the Secret Service was 3 times more than ready than they were in July. Trump's speech focused on his usual topics regarding immigration, abortion, and gender segmentation. Governor Maula Healey attempted to implement an emergency preamble on Wednesday, immediately to add a gun control bill she signed in July. Despite facing opposition from the thousands of signatures, Healey demands that the new law that would crack down on unserialized firearms and require gun owners to complete fire training. So opponents of the bill, known as the Civil Rights Coalition, currently need 49,716 signatures to suspend the law. They have gathered more than 65,000 signatures. Her decision on the emergency preamble would take effect immediately. The dock workers union has suspended their strike until January 15th in order to allow time for further negotiation for a new contract. The union and the U.S. Maritime Alliance have reached an agreement on wages. The union went on strike early Tuesday in dispute over pay. The strike suspension allows for effort to maintain operations while also creating a compromise for the workers. Back to you at the desk.
All 7 members of Chicago's Board of Education are resigning ahead of a hybrid board next year. In a statement from the Chicago Board and Mayor Brandon Johnson, they said all current members are transitioning from service later this month. Additionally, none of the members will continue their services or run for re-election. This turnover comes only weeks after Johnson reportedly asked Chicago's public school CEO Pedro Martinez to resign from his position. Johnson is now expected to name 7 new appointments to the Chicago Board of Education Monday.
Coming up, famous rapper Eminem has some excited news.
And some new information on the dock workers' strike. Welcome back, and let's get back to general news. The dock workers union has suspended their strike until mid-January in order to negotiate a new contract. Around 45,000 workers along the East Coast have returned to work after their union reached a tentative deal.
Our raise for the 6-year contract.
It means that they can provide, put food on the table, pay their bills. They don't have to worry anymore of possibly losing their cars or their homes or anything like that.
While the talk was private, the White House felt pressured to settle, emphasizing the need for the ports during Hurricane Helene.
For those of who are fan of basketball, one of the biggest female players just won Rookie of the Year. For more of this and sports, we have Daniel Lipof. Daniel?
That's right, guys. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark was voted unanimously for the WNBA Rookie of the Year, receiving 66 of the 67 votes. The =1 pick from Iowa averaged 19.2 points and a league best of 8.4 assists. Clark led the lead with 122 three-pointers and a 90% accuracy from the free-throw line. Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky received 1 other vote. The Boston Celtics beat the Denver Nuggets 107-103 in a nail-biter preseason opener in Abu Dhabi. Celtics point guard Peyton Pritchard led the game with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Celtics are now 2-0 in the preseason. And the Patriots are now 1-4 in the regular season and riddled with injuries. Wide receiver KJ Osborne was inactive for Sunday's 15-10 loss against the Dolphins because of a shoulder injury. Safety Kyle Duggar was also out on Sunday's game due to an ankle injury, and safety Jabril Peppers with a shoulder injury. Back to you guys at the desk.
The rapper Eminem announced the news of his daughter Haley Jade is expecting her first kid, meaning the rapper is to become a grandpa. After that announcement, in his new music story for his song Temporary, posted on Thursday. In the video, we can see Jade giving Eminem a blue t-shirt with the word grandpa on it, the extra picture of the baby, provoking a great surprise. Not long after the song was posted, Jade posted a series of pictures of her and McClintock looking at the x-ray pictures on her Instagram page. She also stated that the baby will be given birth next year.
The Savannah Bananas just announced some tour in Boston. For more on that and other entertainment news, we have Kelly Egan. Kelly?
The Savannah Bananas will return to Boston for 2 games in the summer of 2025. The TikTok famous team sold out their first game at Fenway last June. Tickets for the Bananas games are drawn via lottery. Fans can sign up for the lottery list anytime before November 1st. The team will come to Boston's historic ballpark to play the Firefighters, another team under the Bananas League, on July 5th and 6th. Country music star Garth Brooks has been accused of sexual assault and battery. The lawsuit was issued by his former makeup and hairstylist Jane Doe, who claims that Brooks raped her along with several other acts of sexual harassment in 2019. More updates will follow in this ongoing suit. Glamour magazine's Women of the Year include 4 moms who raised some of the biggest celebrities of our generation. Donna Kelce, mother to iconic football brothers Jason and Travis Kelce. Maggie Baird, mother of Grammy Award-winning siblings Phineas and Billie Eilish. Mandy Teefey, mother of singer and actress Selena Gomez. And Tina Knowles, mother of music legend Beyonce. Glamour said they, quote, wanted to honor these women because in every speech and every interview, the celebrities people admire most all seem to credit the same person for their success, their mom. Back to you at the desk.
That's all for today. For more updates, head to WEBN-TV or check out our Instagram at WEBN General News.
Thanks for watching.